Right then, welcome back. Today we're going to do the Kyalami Master event. Now, I don't really know the track. I've done a couple of events on it, a couple of races. I'm sure there was a Southern Equator Trophy we did. But anyway, I don't really know it, and the braking points are still a little bit foggy in my mind. But we're going to give it a bash, and I'm sure that by the end of the endurance race, I'll be all over it. So the first one, we've got a 5-lapper on MV Augusta Rivali. There's only one layout. It's the GP circuit. There's no other layouts available. And there's some naughty corners. But yeah, I struggled a little bit. I wasn't quite sure how to set the bikes up, wasn't quite sure where the braking points were. So attempt number 1, lap 3, I'm all over the shop. This back end of the lap, the tight right hander and everything else, it catches me out. Attempt number 2, lap 2, again, my lines are a bit squiffy all over the place and I just lose the front. The front tyre's getting annihilated. It's way too warm. Wasn't sure if it was the setup or I needed a bit more engine braking, but attempt number 3 and we get an absolutely rocket start off the line, down towards the first corner, and we're miles in front, and I thought, well, that's not too bad. I just need to concentrate, make sure I hit the braking points, and all will be good with the world. And we are done. We're done. That went much better towards the end. We had a decent margin, fastest lap by a couple of seconds, and a decent chunk of change over the rest of the field. So I still don't know it. Still not happy. Still not exactly confident that I know what I'm doing. So next event, and we are on to the Supersport 600-ish class. Again, I was looking for something I've not really used. So I went for the Virus Stradale. It's a CBR 600RR lump, I think, in one of these, with its funny front end, 2 swing arms, one at the front, one at the back. And yeah, the bike, I guess it handles pretty much like everything else. It just turns in a lot quicker. and it's much more stable in the middle of the corner. So it's a track day, we're on the virus, so it screams its nuts off, and we'll see how we get on. It's done, pretty straightforward, not overly taxing. The bike suits the track actually. There's a lot of changes of direction and the bike likes it, but the tyres were way out, absolutely way out, not a clue what was going off there. So next one then, modern 800cc bikes, 5-lapper again. I didn't really want to use the Rivali. We've only got a choice of 3, they're all MVs, and I thought sod it, I'll go for the RVS. It's the quickest. The bikes are getting, in theory, more powerful as we're going along the events, but we'll see. Again, setup, I'm groping about in the dark with the setup. I don't really know what to do when. Attempt number 1, last lap. I've got half a second's worth of penalties, and all I've got to do is get it across the line. And somehow the rider in second place just smashes it, and well, we end up in second, which was a bit shit, for the want of a better word. So we go again, and attempt number 2. We get it done, but the bike was, yeah, a bit of a sod. And we're done. Again, we had some penalties. I keep running wide or running across certain little bits of track and changes the direction, but we won it by a fair chunk in the end. It wasn't too bad. So, what's that? 3 down? Race, track day, race, yeah. Next one, another time attack. We're on race modified 1000cc bikes. We're gonna do the endurance race, so I didn't want to use what I would class as a modern bike. So I thought, sod it, I'll go with the SP1. And yes, it's at the bottom end of the scale when it comes to race modified bikes. However, it's got a nice long wheelbase and it's a V-twin, so it'll have plenty of grunt and she should be able to carry loads of corner speed. So let's see how we get on. And it's done. What's that? 3 and a bit seconds, 4 seconds in the end. Again, it wasn't, yeah, 3 seconds ish, thereabouts. Bike was good, really good, nice and stable. It's not the fastest thing in the world though. If you use that for a race against other 1000cc bikes, you probably get annihilated down the straight. So the endurance race, oh my lord, the endurance race. Now, for some reason I have a habit of turning these endurance races into epics, and I don't know why. It's not done on purpose. It's not that I plan it. So I went with a 2014 R1, and I'm still struggling to get this bike set up because it likes to wheelie everywhere, and I'm guessing it's all about the rear preload. I just need to go somewhere and just turn the rear preload down and see if it stops it and see what we can do. But by the by, it's wet and I'm on a bike that doesn't really like accelerating out of corners. It's a bit of a pain in the arse. And this race, it was just crazy. I think I spent probably 60% of this race in last, at least lower than a 10th or lower. It was absolutely horrendous. The number of times I thought, sorry, I'm just going to quit and start again. But the old adage, don't quit, you just never know, and all that bollocks. I don't know. I just thought, I'll just keep going, and I genuinely do not know how I ended up winning this race. So off the start, it's not too bad. There's a little bit of argy-bargy in front of us. We're running around in 9th, and it's all good. Nice wide lines. I've gone to a standard map. The bike, it was pointless running the power map in the wet. The bike just wouldn't put the power down. And we tip into this corner, and the AI are just arseholes sometimes, just ride straight through the back of me. By the time I get back on and things get sorted out, we're down in 10th. The AI don't want to give this up very easily. They are putting up a hell of a fight, and I end up having to do some naughty kind of overtakes where I'm taking their line away from them just to stay in front. End of the lap, I run wide down into the Crocodiles, the corner with the best name in the world ever, and we're back behind the French rider again, and it's just a pain in the backside. They just will not give it up, and I'm not complaining that I can't ride past them and go away. It's just battle all the way through, and again, I quite like it. So down the main straight, we're on the standard map, they're on the power map, we've got no pace advantage whatsoever, so I have to do it on the brakes. We tip in, run wide slightly again, so we're lucky to stay in front. There's a little bit of a nibble, and that's us up to 9th, and we're on our merry way, or so I thought. Or so I thought indeed. End of lap 2, out the last corner. I said earlier on I've been mucking about with the anti-wheelie settings, and we're off the back. So it took forever to catch up. It took the best part of 10 minutes to get anywhere near the back of the pack. So we've done a quarter of the race, we're in last position. The track's starting to dry out, but the bike's not happy. It's roasting its tyres, it won't put the power down cleanly. I'm a bit unsure as to what they're going to be doing with their lines. They're like a bit aggressive, on the brakes early, on the brakes late, so it makes overtakes very, very difficult. And again, we're seven laps in, 12 and a half minutes in the race, and we're in 11th. We are 14 seconds behind the leader. Now again, that's the key gap. Forget position, forget everything else. It's the gap to the leader and the amount of fuel. We've got 54%, the leader's got 49%, the person in 9th's got 46%, so the people around us have got a lot less fuel. If they go into the pits before 20 minutes, then there's a fair chance they're going to pit twice. So my aim at this point is to make my fuel last as long as possible and try and only pit once, in the vain hope that everyone around me will pit twice. But you put your eggs in a basket and you see how you get on. So lap 8, halfway round, on the brakes, run wide, and we're off doing somersaults in the gravel. So 15 minutes in, we're in 10th, we come past the pits. Everybody, well not everybody, but half the field's pitted. We've gone from 10th to 6th, they've all pitted, 25 minutes left. They're all going to be pitting again. Next lap round, I think, the track's drying out, the tyres are getting warm, I'll pit. I've got 43% of fuel left. I know that if I run the standard fuel map, I can make the fuel last for 24 minutes. It's not an issue. It's not an issue at all. So we go full tank, we've gone medium, we go out, and the plan is to just go to the end, obviously if it doesn't rain again, and make the fuel last as long as we can. We are 30 plus seconds behind the leader. The pit lane exit is ridiculous. Why it would hold you on the 70 mile an hour limiter all the way down there is absolutely beyond me, but it is what it is. So we're 10 laps in, we're nearly halfway through the race, we're 35 seconds behind the leader. Halfway around lap 10, we spanner it again. Coming into the crocodiles, I spanner it again, and it was just a sequence of crashes. And no matter what I did, I just couldn't get the bike to settle into a corner and turn in without falling over. We're still 26 seconds behind the leader. There's only 14 minutes left now, 15 laps in. Again, we're fighting. French rider again from the start. We're just fighting with the same people constantly. Sliding it into the chicane, for some reason the bike just spits me off. Why they've set the physics up like that is a little bit beyond me. Past the pits, end of lap 17, we've jumped up to 8th, make a couple of places. End of lap 18, again we make a couple of places up. We're still 32 and a bit seconds behind the leader. I've got enough fuel, the back tyre's a little bit of a worry, but we'll cope with that when we get to it. End of the next lap, I mean look at the bike, just does not want to stop. We make another place, so we're now up to 5th. We're still 32 seconds behind the leader, but look at their fuel. They've got no fuel. The leader's got 5%. That's not lasting 5 minutes. So end of lap 20, we go from 5th to 4th to 2nd, and we've still got 25 seconds. So it is what it is. We've got 0.8 of a second penalty. We've got plenty of fuel. The tyres, the rear tyres are a bit dodgy with 19%, but we'll make it last. We'll be good. We'll get that done. Leader, 3% fuel. That she's probably going to run out or be on absolute fumes by the time she gets to the end of this lap. So It's the last 4 and a bit minutes. I'm going to shut up, and I'll see you at the end. Done. Oh my giddy aunts. The end of that race was horrific. absolutely horrendous. I was falling off on the last lap. I mean, I went from a 13-second lead over second place to, what, 1 and a bit seconds with a 1 second penalty. I was absolutely shitting my pants that I was going to lose it on a penalty. I was going to have to do the whole thing again. Like that, most stressful endurance race so far, without a shadow of a doubt. But it's done. Good event. It's a bit samey with the same track, but the spread of bikes is alright. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave me a comment, a like, subscribe, and fingers crossed, I will see you next time. Stay safe. Peace.